I was almost had a comment where I was like, I don't think there is a song here that is like the song. But then I re-listened to it and I watched the video too, and I was like,
The video helped. The video is hard.
This is the song. It's so hard. The hook is crazy, and he is like, this is. If there's one song that if someone was like, give me a Say True God song, this is the one. I'm like, you have to listen to this.
Yep.
It's so hard.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
really love that song.
Yo, what is going on? Welcome to Rouge Reviews, where we keep it for real, for real. I am Ru, aka the Culture Black Kid. We are back, and I am not alone. Here I am with.
I'm Marco, aka Comar, aka Not Iffy, aka Not Grace. It's just me here.
Nice. We got Marco here to review the debut album from Brisbane hip hop artist Say True God. It's called Blak. He's been calling it the Blak album.
Hard. That's actually hard.
Yeah. Blak, the Blak album, out right now from the Tongan Indigenous Maori hip hop artist. Forgive me if I'm looking at my phone, my camera, my phone is filming this, and my laptop obviously is recording this. Check out the new setup.
Yes.
Actually got a pod mics, not the lapels now. So, it's slowly coming together, but, sometimes you've got to sacrifice. But, like we said off mic, shout to, I guess, Apple products.
Yeah, shout out to Apple.
Everything. Oh my goodness. But, all right, without any further ado, let's get into our initial thoughts.
I thought it was really like polished and fun at first. I really enjoyed listening to it the first time. I like it touched on a lot of themes. Initially, I could like see all the themes that he wanted to get into, and I appreciated him going for so much. And I think he's a very talented lyricist, and I think Say True God's energy really makes a lot of the songs.
Yeah.
Those were all the things like instantly I was like, this is what I'm pointing out.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think for me, this is a solid project. This is a fun project. I don't think it's anything crazy, but yeah, it's just consistent and solid. But we'll get into some more of those reasons why that might be pros or might be cons throughout that. So yeah, let's get into some pros.
You want me to kick it off then?
Yeah.
All right. So first thing I did was like across the board is very consistent in meaning like when it comes to bars, flows, lyricism, energy, beats, like mixing, it is consistent. Nothing is letting the other down. I really appreciate that. It's just like everything I can appreciate. Nothing's like, oh, I wish the beats were better across the whole project. I did appreciate like that in terms of consistency. I will get into more consistency later, but that's the pro consistency, I guess.
No, for sure. And yeah, I trying to see if I have a note that is. Yeah, I said True God's performance across the project is consistent, solid, no complaints. Again, his approach to lyricism, topics, flows for the most part, even beat selection from Dimes across the project. Yeah, like no overall complaints when it comes to his approach to everything.
And kind of off the back of that, my next pro is like, Say True God brings like 100% to every song. There's no song where I'm like, oh, I wish he did something different or he didn't bring didn't bring enough. Like every track, he brought all he could. Like you can tell everything was intentional. It meant so much to him, and I really appreciate the passion because like you know, you can get albums where people just like, oh, there's like a song they didn't like as much and didn't try, which is calm. But like you can tell like he would really put everything into this.
For sure.
Like, that is great. And it makes him stand out because there's a lot of features on this project too, but like he is still the main character. He doesn't get overshadowed at all.
For sure. And yeah, I agree with that. It's also it's good to hear because sometimes it's so easy to what do you call it? Phone it in.
Yeah.
Phone it in when it comes to performance. I said that I like the balance that he strikes between like his honesty, honesty and reality, and like the having fun.
Yeah.
Kind of going into some of the topics. Kind of, again, there was a time and place to be a bit more serious, to talk about family and talk about upbringing, struggles. But then there was also times to have fun. Be that the track with Enzo, the track with JJ4K, and track with Shelley. So yeah, I think that was the next one, and one that again I also appreciate.
Yeah.
Kind of going off consistency.
That's right. And that's one of my pros too. Like he didn't shy away from, like, I feel like in a lot of debut albums, sometimes you don't want to, a lot of artists don't want to get into the nitty gritty sometimes. Sometimes they want to make that classic that has all the bangers and like maybe one or two deep cuts, but like basically half the track list is like delving into his past.
Yeah.
His relationship with his mother, his relationship with his newborn daughter, like that stuff. And it's like, it's really nice to see him not shy away from that.
Yep.
As much as he has the bangers at the front, like he gives that variety at the end to be like, oh, this is everything. So like I did appreciate that he didn't shy away from getting into the real stuff.
For sure. And yeah, no, like I'm trying to see which of the songs that I've written down on here. That are
could
a
I
bit
do
more
my
serious.
last pro
Yeah,
before
go
we
ahead.
stand out?
Go ahead.
The last thing I did, it's especially in one of my standouts, but I really loved him really wanting to be the role model. You know, like he has the line in Count Me In.
Yep.
And it's good in the context of his album that he wants to position himself. There's that will to position himself as a role model.
Yeah.
Because he wears his heart on his sleeve the whole project. He's showing every side of him and he's being vulnerable. And it's like, especially for Aboriginal kids, obviously I'm not Aboriginal. I can't really speak on how having a role model like that would be influential. But I'd assume having someone like that talk about all of those things in his past, dealing with addiction, dealing with the struggle of being Aboriginal in this country.
Yep.
Him just wearing it all on his sleeve, being unfiltered about it, that being the role model.
Yeah.
Like that, the vulnerability and still being, no, I'm the one that they need to look up to, I think is really bold. And I really did appreciate hearing that. Honestly.
For sure. And it's not a note I've written down, but something I still took from, he had an interview with Wings on Take Flight from like 3 months ago, as of this recording, where, you know, he was talking about, you know, he's a social worker. Like that's what he does in his day to day. So, and it shows.
Yeah.
It shows through your lyrics that you're like, okay, in your 9 to 5, you're doing this work in the community. Maybe not exactly social worker, but you know, something along those lines. But you're doing this stuff in the community, and then when you step behind the mic, what you are writing, it shows. And I love that. I absolutely love that.
That makes the features make a lot of sense. Like he really is about like community.
For sure.
It, like he puts everyone on. He's like, this is all of us. So
Yeah.
that does make sense.
100%.
That's cool to hear.
For sure. And speaking of the features, 2 of my standouts, again, the JJ4K feature on, I think it's I'm Back, Freestyle. I think that's probably my Star Grace. That's my favorite track on the project. And I loved Enzo's feature as well on, was it?
Bread and Butter? Was it
Yeah,
that
Bread
song?
and Butter. It's just, they just had great chemistry.
They did.
Especially on the back half. And again, one of those tracks that's just, you didn't have to deep it.
Yeah.
You don't have to deep it too serious to again enjoy it. It's just classic. Shout out to
100.
Enzo from my neck of the woods from
Yeah.
Canada.
Canberra Town.
Yeah.
Alright.
To move on.
I got standouts too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Mine?
standout track. Yeah.
I had 3. The main one, which is my gold star, if you want to do it, Grace, is Count Us In. I think is like I re-listened to it today. I was like, oh, this is like the song.
It is.
I was almost had a comment where I was like, I don't think there is a song here that is like the song. But then I re-listened to it and I watched the video too, and I was like,
The video helped. The video is hard.
This is the song. It's so hard. The hook is crazy, and he is like, this is. If there's one song that if someone was like, give me a Say True God song, this is the one. I'm like, you have to listen to this.
Yep.
It's so hard. I
agree.
really love that song. And then I had Blak. I thought the hook was very powerful. I love the Biggie sample in the drums, as well as the reference to the I woke up in the morning, then I asked myself, is life worth living? Like, I love hip hop samples. Like,
You want to do a drug test sample. You know what I mean?
I love people interpolating stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And when it's done tastefully too, it's not
Yes.
not like he put him on the juicy beat. No, it's just literally the slight drum sample in the back. I really like that. And the main thing I said, I love the double entendre in the hook of obviously him being a black Aboriginal man, but also the black sheep of the family. I was like, yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
I really like that.
For sure.
And then my last one is K to the J, which is like the second last song, which is the one to his mother.
Yep.
Crazy. Oh my God. That is like, Yeah, it's the biggest emotional moment on this album, bar his song to his daughter.
Yep.
And I love the honesty of it. Like it doesn't paint this. It puts all the hardships in that relationship front and center.
Yep.
And I'm just like, that is really
For sure.
beautiful to see, and it's just a lovely track. And the best part, I think, for me was the perspective of the M that him accepting like his mother's behavior or like how she was.
Yeah.
Like, like the acceptance. That's hard, I feel like.
For sure.
To accept someone treating you that way because of being on drugs or something or like that nature.
No, for sure. It kind of reminds me of like Headlights from Eminem's Marshall Mathers LP too.
Exactly.
Where it's kind of like, look, we went through some whack stuff, but like I still care about you. I know you still care about me, and finding that reconciliation. And yeah, I love it too. Kind of going on to interpolations. Yeah, the Tupac Dear Mama interpolation on the
Yes.
second verse. I think it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was done nice. I think it was tasteful. I think
Yeah.
there was definitely like cheesier ways that could be done, and I think I
100%.
found that line.
Yeah, okay.
I think I found that line.
Yeah.
So yeah, no. Also shout out to that that track as well. But kind of moving on from pros, let's get into cons.
Do you want me to kick it off?
Yes, please.
I said whilst I did like the production, there's not a lot of variety in it. I think a lot of the drum patterns were quite similar. I said most of the sound is like upbeat, triumphant, like that Hit Boy kind of territory.
Yep.
And I would have preferred a little more variance, especially when the big emotional moments happen.
Yep.
When the instrumental kind of sounds similar to when it's like really hitting.
Yep.
It made me not focus on it as much, I guess.
Yeah.
That was my first thing I really kind of pointed out.
For sure. I think I only have one real that's kind of off the back of that, but kind of very summarizes it. And it kind of goes off my initial thoughts, which was, again, this project has a lot of general positives. But yeah, it just wasn't anything that was like, whoa, this is crazy. Which, sometimes you don't need a project that does
Exactly.
that, of course. And, if it's a culmination of, everything that you've done to get here, and this is what you are doing on this, even if, there's slight tweaks. I went back and listened to all of True God's discography.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, I can see the growth, but he's always been consistently good over the past 5 years. He, clearly has always had solid people backing him. He had a Lissy feature 4 years ago
That's
before Wicked came out. So, he's never not been good.
Yeah.
At least what has been on what's on DSPs. But yeah, I think it's just I'm keen to hear the progression from here. It's you put out your debut project, cool, amazing. It's really good. But all right, how are we gonna develop from here? So yeah, it's kind of just it didn't floor me, but it's like, yeah, this is cool.
Yeah, and that kind of leads into my only other note was as a whole, nothing other than Count Us In, which kind of did grow on me a lot.
Yep.
Otherwise, nothing here was really like, oh, this is the moment. This is a moment.
Yep.
Say True God has arrived with a project. It was like, it's a good project and it's a good start.
Yeah.
But again, I just wish there was something that really got me like, oh, this is something I need to keep in my rotation all year.
For sure.
Whereas but in saying that, I think it operated at a good level, but I think my main con is I think it is just too consistent for its own good. It could have taken more risks. But
yeah, I agree.
it
But
is
again,
what it is.
that's what you got the second project for.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's not like, oh, he didn't do it, it's over.
no, it's a
He's
wrap.
just got
Yeah,
another one,
Exactly. So, kind of going off that, let's get into our final rating. I know it's been a hot minute, but here is what it is. It is, are we here for this? Does it depend on the day whether we are here for this or not, or are we feeling iffy about it? And Marco, how you feeling?
My overall verdict was teetering between here for this and depends on the day. I really think it's a really strong project. It's just not that upper echelon that it could have been.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got it there. I really was impressed by this, and I'm gonna keep listening to it, I think.
Okay.
Because I do want to spend more time with it, honestly. I was really enjoying listening to it. But yeah, for now, kind of in that here depends category for now.
For sure. And for me, I think it's just a solid depends. I think kind of a staple of me at this point. I'm just keen to hear how True God grows.
Yeah.
I'm keen to hear what that next project has got. But this did make me even more of a fan
Yes.
of him as a person, as an artist, as a writer. Yeah, and I'm very, very excited to
I am
to
also
hear
very excited.
what Say True God has got coming up in the near future. Because yeah, if this is just a small sample of what it could be, imagine if it gets even deeper.
100%.
Imagine if the production from Dimes gets even more crazy. Like yeah, it could be it could be a album of the year
Yeah, like
contender for sure.
genuinely, I can see that in his future. Like
Yeah.
this is the starting point. Like give him a couple more years with more of the backing and more of the communities building. He will have a hopefully a classic on his hands.
Agreed. But do you agree with us? Are you here for this? Depends on the day. Feeling iffy about it? Let us know. Yeah. Say True God, Blak, the Blak album. And I am Root, okay, the Culture Black Kid here with.
I am Marco, aka Comar.
And we'll catch you next time. Peace.
Peace.